This is a person that some people probably either really like or really hate. He's a long tenured coach. He's in his 60s, polar opposite of Brian Hartline. And that's why I did this. This person is somebody that was the head coach at one point of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And if you've guessed correctly, that answer would be Dirk Koetter. Why would you bring up him? Well, not only has he been the head coach in Tampa, he was also the OC in Jacksonville. He's lived in Florida, 2 different places. He's recruited nationally because he's been in Arizona State. He's been in other schools, been like Oregon, etc. He knows what recruiting is. But at this stage of his career, although he's probably not going to be a great recruiter in his 60s, he can at least walk into any high school in the state. The coaches are probably going to know it. Is it as perfect as Hartline in the recruiting trail? No. But the offense is very balanced. He is currently the offensive coordinator at Boise State. Have you heard of a certain running back they got out there? Kind of really good, might be at the Heisman ceremony. Genty's really good. Like I was watching some of his film today. I tweeted it from my X handle about this guy is just legit. He's in Dirk Koetter's system. They have found a way to get him the ball in any possible formation, down and distance, place on the gridiron. Didn't matter. Last year, they used him more as a receiver than they are this year. But both seasons, he's been their bell cow. He's very well coached fundamentally. Just that alone makes me feel good because historically, and I remember my buddy telling me this over 20 years ago, he didn't like Koetter when he was at Arizona State because he thought he threw it too much. It's ironic that the nation's probably best running back is at Boise State now, a place that's the same state that Koetter's from originally, and he's a running back under Koetter. So he's come around in different ways. The other thing about it, the quarterback that they had transferred, everybody thought was going to be the starter, he got beat out. He was a 4 or 5 star, depending on who you talk to coming out of high school. He gets beat out by a kid that nobody knows much about. And his name is Maddox Madsen. He's a 5'10", 200-pound kid from the state of Utah, I believe. I mean, to be really honest with you, it's amazing what he's done. He's like 17-3 touchdowns to interceptions. But here's what I really like. This is how you know coaching is good. This is really good. 3rd down in medium, 3rd and 4, 5, or 6. You make your money on those throws. 3rd and long is hard. There's a lot of ways playing the sticks with zone, etc. makes it hard. 3rd and medium isn't easy, but you still got to be accurate. How about this on 3rd and medium for Maddox Madsen? This season, 11 out of 14, 78.6%, 149 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. He has 9 first downs out of those 14 situations. He's very, very consistent. Doesn't give the ball away. He gets them in the right running plays so that Genty's dominating again. Again, this guy's going to be at the Heisman ceremony. The quarterback is living off play action, RPO, and again, Genty carries the water for them. I don't deny that, but Koetter understands it too. And this is a guy that's been a passing coach for much of his career, and he's cool with handing it off and letting this little quarterback just carve people up. Hats off to Boise. It's a great story. Koetter's in the midst of it. My biggest question with him is, does he even want to mess with being a head coach again? That's why I think it wouldn't be shocking if he went back across the country. If he's going to do anything in major college football again, who knows, maybe Florida State could be there. And like I mentioned with Brian Hartline, you're looking at a circumstance where if you're going to get Koetter, again, he's going to pick up and move everybody across the country, you'd have to give him special incentive. I'm not saying this is likely by any means, but he does have ties to the state for multiple programs he's been with in the NFL. He knows the state. Maybe he'd like to come back, and it is big-time football. Maybe he does so well, Norvell moves on, but he takes over the job. Who knows? Coaches look at this at a different light than what fans and what analysts like myself do. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I do know this. Koetter has been a tremendous offensive coordinator for Boise. You got to give the man credit.